part of Housewarming's services that you all offer, you also do some work in staging and helping people buy new furniture. When do people typically come to you, Amanda, looking to buy new furniture for their home?
That's a really good question. We have about 3 different variations of client when it comes to the furniture and decor. So we have, our people who are living in their homes. They're not doing any remodels or any major changes, but they really want to just refresh their space. So that's kind of one client that we have. And the next one is we also occasionally will have a brand new homeowner who's either coming in and they don't have enough furniture, they don't have the right furniture, or their furniture just doesn't fit their new space. So we help them find new furniture and decor. And then I think one of the bigger ones is going to be our remodel clients. We have a lot of people who, once they realize how beautiful their new kitchen or open concept living dining space is going to be, they're realizing that their old furniture doesn't really fit with their new vision. So those are kind of our 3 areas that we kind of cover with our furniture and design.
So speaking specifically to working with a client who's in the middle of a remodel, in some of our past videos, we've gone really in depth into the process of everything leading up to that start of construction, but the projects vary so much that we haven't really gone into too much detail on what happens throughout the construction, because no one project is like the other. When we're doing a remodel project, where in the timeline do you find that clients are most often coming to you saying, oh, we're going to need new furniture? And is that usually the best time for it, or is there a different time that you would recommend people start thinking about this?
Timing is crucial, not only in remodel design, but in furniture and decor design. Lead times are a big deal. But more often than not, it's when the walls come down. The walls come down and suddenly their closed off kitchen is open to the rest of their space, and they're starting to see it. They're starting to see what's going to happen with the space. And that's when they start to picture their existing furniture and realizing, oh, I don't love that anymore, or that's not quite the look I was hoping for. So that's usually when it happens. So that's not too far off from when I like to start the process, but truthfully speaking, the best time really is right when construction starts, just to give us plenty of lead time and making sure that we're able to get absolutely everything we need.
I would guess that most people are buying furniture to fit their space. Have you ever had the situation where it's the opposite way around? Somebody comes to you and says, I have this gigantic couch and I need to plan a remodel for it. Or they come to you with a piece of furniture that's a very specific color or pattern and they want to design the aesthetic of the room around that piece. Does that happen to you very often?
Yeah, that happens a lot. You'd be surprised how many people have just these treasured pieces. I will say it's very rarely like a full-on couch. More often than not, people find those to be more replaceable. What I usually find is either an art piece or some sort of antique that needs to have, either whether it's a nook, that's happened before, where we literally designed a art niche and it was for a specific sculpture. And we designed it into the whole plans. We built an entire entertainment unit around this piece. But we can always do that. And with the colors, it's always possible. I do always suggest when it's something like a, patterned sofa or a throw pillow, if it's not just the colors that you like that are going to translate, be flexible, because very often you'll discover that not always that beautiful pillow that you have that has a really great pattern, maybe that doesn't translate well into the kitchen or into your bedroom. We want to make sure that it fits the full space. And there's always ways to incorporate pillows as accents, for instance, while still maintaining a different grand color scheme.
When you're thinking about all of the decor and furniture projects that you've worked on in the past or maybe currently working on, what are your favorite types of pieces to help source for clients?
So, that's actually a tougher question than you think it would be. There comes a point in furniture and decor sourcing that it all starts to kind of blend together. A sofa is a sofa when it comes down to it, and really the only major changes are going to be maybe the fabrics and the general layout of it, if it's a sectional versus just a traditional sofa, that sort of thing. But I really love finding unique multifunction furniture pieces, because, you know, something as simple as a dining table that has a really unique way of expanding so that you're not having to find a place to store your leaves, for instance, or, you know, finding a really unique Murphy bed, or having some sort of piece that has to double as, you know, storage, desk, you know, that sort of thing, where it really can give you multifunction, a multifunction use in your space, because I think those tend to be the most interesting. And then I will say custom pieces. I really enjoy doing, you know, some custom pieces with, whether it's with live edge wood, which is always stunning, or if it's just getting something that really does fit your space exactly.
Amanda, I know you semi-recently moved into a brand new condo and got to style your own space. What is your favorite piece of furniture or decor that you have in your own home?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think it changes on the daily, depending on what I'm doing. Um, Truthfully, it's a piece that I've had for a few years. It's my grandmother's antique tea cart, which I'm using as a bar cart. But it was something that was always in my grandmother's house, and I love that I can incorporate it into my space. But then there's other days where I love that my husband's guitar is just beautifully displayed on the wall, or I absolutely love my dining room chandelier. So there's just little pieces that I'm just, you know, I'm also still in the new home glow, so everything is still very new and shiny. But I think if I had to pick one, it's definitely my grandmother's antique tea cart.
So when it all comes down to it, furniture shopping, decor shopping, especially if it's your first real time doing it, can be really overwhelming. I know this from experience. It was a daunting time for me trying to purchase furniture the first time. Can you give us maybe some key takeaways people can take from this video, and what you would say are some of the most important things to keep in mind when buying furniture, be that with the assistance of a designer or just going out there and trying to tackle it on your own?
Yeah, definitely. So I think first and foremost, have a style in mind. Um, you know, don't let yourself fall too far down the Pinterest hole. That can be really dangerous because there's just so many different options out there. But then also try to stick within, you know, a few different retailers. It's going to make your delivery and lead times a little bit more consistent, and it'll also more than likely fit aesthetically a little bit better, and make your life a little bit easier, because it'll make your life a little bit easier because now you're not searching between 20 to 30. You're really looking at, you know, 3 to 5 different stores. And always look online, but make sure that if you are purchasing comfort pieces, that you're able to at least try a variation of it in the store. You know, they're not going to have every sofa, they're not going to have every chair, but more often than not, they're going to have something that's going to have a similar feel, so that you can make sure that it's something that you're going to love forever. I get this question a lot where it's like, how do I buy things online? And I'm like, you hope and you pray. Because truthfully, you just don't know. So if you do buy online, make sure they have a good return policy, because that's going to be key. If you don't love that piece, you don't want to have to spend 4 weeks arguing with the company because it's not what you expected or it doesn't work correctly. So just, you know, do a little bit of due diligence and you should be good.